Hello everybody, welcome to the first new game review of February 2023, the Hogwarts Legacy First Strike. This is game 1 out of 3 first strikes for the month, and this one is really meant for some friends of mine. So guys, I promise there's no spoilers, because the point of this review is that I have no time to reach any real spoilers, and I hope you look forward to my first impressions of Hogwarts Legacy. Here we go! I gotta say, this game surprised me right out of the gate. It feels like I'm watching a lost story from the wizarding world, with similar but different beats throughout the entire prologue. None of the characters were familiar to me, but it felt very authentic to the few Harry Potter stories that I have experienced. Only one name stuck out. The letter was signed by the deputy headmistress of Hogwarts, whatever that means, Weasley. Let me tell you, I only know the Weasleys for being fun characters to pick on, mostly Ron, and I had no idea that there's this kind of pedigree to their name. But the game is visually stunning. The effects look just like they came from the movies, and even better, I recognize John Williams' iconic movie score. Basically, for an original story in Harry Potter's world, it seems remarkably genuine, and I can tell there's a huge amount of love and respect poured into this game. I had a little trouble deciphering what kind of game this was for a long time. They said it was a single-player open-world game, but Portkey Games has only worked on mobile platforms so far. I kind of expected a basic premise behind a series of half-baked minigames and basic combat that would be just kind of okay, nothing special. But no, this game has a very solid story that I can't believe doesn't exist in some sort of appendix or something somewhere. The mystery starts immediately as your created character is starting at Hogwarts for the first time, but as a 5th year student. You get a bit of off-screen time with Professor Fig to learn some wizarding basics, and by cutscene time, you're off to school. No platform 9 3/4 here, sorry Potterheads. You're taking a invisible horse-drawn carriage. I'm terribly sorry, I don't know or remember what those creatures are. Please feel free to correct me in the comments below. And hey, like and subscribe while you're down there, I really don't mind. Anyway, George Osric from the Ministry crashes your carriage to drop what seems to be the most obvious conflict in the game, an uber-powerful goblin called Ranrock that's doing bad things. I don't know, look at him, obviously evil. But no time to ponder that, because holy crap, that dragon ate my carriage! Almost enough to make me forget the portkey sent by Professor Fig's dead wife to the Ministry that only you could get to. After a lot of weird magic stuff only you can see, you end up visiting one of the oldest vaults in Gringotts, where some dude called Rackham left memories of a series of trials meant for someone who can see the ancient magic. Yes, hi, that's you. Then Ranrock shows up to prove that he really is a threat before you magic off to Hogwarts for the rest of the game. All of that is just an hour or so of prologue, and yeah, wow, I'm in. I got some magical mysteries to solve. Let's go! After about 2 hours or so of gameplay, I feel like I've barely touched this game. Yet, I'm pretty impressed. This game slots in cleanly with things like the Arkham series, the Spider-Man games, and Jedi Fallen Order as far as being a character simulator. I made that term up, but what I mean is every decision made for this game was obviously made by and for fans of the wizarding world. That makes it feel like something special, even if the odd choice here and there isn't quite up to snuff. So basically, you got your main story, which feels like a lost book or movie in the series. You spend your time going to your various classes, meeting your teachers and students, interacting with the magical creatures and world, and occasionally courting death. Typical high school shenanigans, mostly. The world is wonderfully created and feels incredibly true to the Hogwarts we've come to know from the books and movies. This game is an open world, so there's also lots of little things to collect. One of the nice things I found out is that the game often gives you little rewards as you fill out the challenges and checklists. Those rewards are mostly cosmetics, but that still feels a little bit better than just empty cash awards or experience points. The puzzles that I've seen so far are fun, if a little less original feeling, and the combat is engaging enough that it doesn't get in the way. Like, combat isn't really all that special here, but it's hardly terrible. Overall, I really like this whole package that we've got here, and I can't wait to spend more time at Hogwarts. Before I cover what I fear may bring this game down, just know that if you are a fan of everything Hogwarts, you need to play this game. It's probably perfect for you. Like I said earlier, a game like this can sometimes do things that feel authentic to the experience of being a character in this world, but it gets kind of obnoxious or doesn't quite work right. I worry mainly about the involvement of Avalanche in making this game. Avalanche has a very spotty history with the decently fun times of the Just Cause series, as well as lambasted games like Rage 2 or Generation Zero in their catalog. Avalanche can make a decent open world, but they can also just slap a few lazy activities onto a map and call it a day. Everything I've seen of this world seems like they did it right, but most of what I've seen is inside Hogwarts. I wonder if things might end up being boring and tedious once I leave the castle walls. Other than that, there's only one mechanic that I find to be interesting, but unnecessary. When you learn a new spell for the first time, you have to play this little quick time tracing minigame. It's a neat idea, and I'm sure it's appropriate for the source material as far as how wizarding is supposed to work, but it's not hard at all to do. It's like something you have to do just to move on, and it's really not satisfying. There are two types of people that absolutely should play this game, no more questions. People who are already into Harry Potter, and people who think they might get into Harry Potter. I really doubt any of them would be disappointed by the content on offer here. It's wonderful. I personally fall into the latter group. Harry Potter seems like something I really ought to be into, and I just haven't been able to get there. There's a few personal reasons for that, namely an ex of mine, but that's a story for another day. For other folks that aren't already or possible fans of Harry Potter, if you want a new kind of open world gaming experience, you can find that here. I think there's a possibility this game gets a few nominations at the Game Awards this year, even if it doesn't do anything wholly unique with its game design. It's really solid, looks great, and the gameplay is pretty cool. So give Hogwarts Legacy a shot, no matter who you are, and you might just find a new favorite fantasy world to live in. Thanks so much for watching. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I crave acknowledgement, so all is appreciated. I hope you enjoy and look forward to 2 more First Strikes this month, as 2 of my favorite games bring us new and remastered entries. See you later!